Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the I.S.U.P.K like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the I.S.U.P.K. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God. That's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
If she has your DNA and it's in you, she's going to want to connect. And once she sees how magnificent and how powerful, and even this form that you did, this profound display of love, you know, in having this platform, I think it's going to blow her mind because, what you're doing here is not just selfish. You're using this situation to help other people find their way. And so even in that, where, it's benefiting her, she'll be able to see this. This is part of her legacy. You're part of her legacy. But other people will be able to share in this and say, thank you, brother, because this podcast, this show saved my life.
Test 1, 2. 2, 2, 2. 2. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. The Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now, all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call. To be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on the life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I had your life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success with me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name. Now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas. Not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the face. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. live, this just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head to make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap, I thank the Lord for the day I was on Lake Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. Found the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and that's not really fair. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I.S.U.P.K until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crowd, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jail. Shit, I needed help. But Twan was locked up and the judge put man on the shelf. Heavy cry cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie, pop smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Then God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was a gangster. Decisions that I made before the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was a gangster. Decisions that I made before the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the profits, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere it's golden to get them. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. See the props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the props. Like we all come together. Cause they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the props. I'm step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high. Got your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets. That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years. Right. But that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
I don't give a love a fuck about what them bitches gotta say. I'm a woman West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love a fuck about what them niggas gotta say. I'm a woman West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, go through the baddest conditions. I fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Batman, nigga. She know I'm a prophet, she glad to be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit till I go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the back bend. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, don't forget about my face. We standing up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Though this was a rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we sold you. You can take that to the bank, we focus on how many times must we remind you? One body, one way, some way. I will never take up as a place. When the law with you ain't no up next, it's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit. We want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the commanding general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the same. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't nigga with me. In the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian, we ain't just talking shit. But we living in it, we be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. And we special now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' script them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Swear business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't need it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on the slide that I know about this when I assemble the group. with the slide, for real. I get the harder, you know that it's slow. See me and my niggas gon' die, kill. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by niggas, I'm fed up by I.S.U.P.K. My niggas won't let up, got choppers, got 9s, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch and whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all don't fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh.
Good. All right, let's go ahead and clap it up. Go ahead. Islam Israel. Y'all about you know shot by thumbs, brothers. Y'all all about you know shot sisters. Also, I call I.S.U.P.K. I'm reason off I called I.S.U.P.K. live. I started out with 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the name of all right. 1969, we just bringing out the truth. So I want to know they are the true to the antiquity. All right. You know, when we open up these scriptures, we're reading our history. All right, we're reading about our people. Right. And YAHANNA, that's what we're going about waking up our people and know exactly who they are. All right. So tonight we have Friday night water. So tonight we have our Lashawan Kadash class, because it's Friday. All right, Friday, the end of the week. All right, wrapping it on up from these slaveries and everything like that. So how we wrap up our week is getting into Lashawan Kadash. Lashawan Kadash means holy tongue. All right. So of course, holy means separate. All right. So this is something separate from all the other languages. All right. This is something separate for the Lord's separate people. All right. Because of course, the Lord has set us apart from everyone else. All right, out of all the families of the earth, only has it been us that he has known. All right, so we have to understand, since we're a holy people, we're separate people, we have that separate language. All right, and this is a huge part of about getting back to our heritage, getting back to who we are as a people, because a lot stems and a lot is rooted in knowing your original tongue. All right. There's a lot of power that comes into that. There's a lot of knowledge that comes into that. All right. Because, you know what I'm saying, just speaking for myself, some of y'all may be able to agree as well. But, you know what I'm saying, it always seems funny and weird that, you know, we're up here, you know, in this captivity, and we hear all these other communities that start speaking their second language. All right. They'll sit up here and converse with us in English, be able to communicate and everything like that. Then they start speaking their second tongue. And it shows another type of unity that they have, right? Because it's like, yeah, okay, they can sit up here and talk to us, but then now they can speak and communicate right in front of us, and we don't have a clue on what they're saying. All right. So that makes them separate from us. So now that they know English, we know English, what is our separating factor? All right. They have the Hindu, they have the Cantonese, they have all of these, you know, the different languages that they're able to speak. All right. What is our language that we are able to speak? Where can we separate ourselves? We see that in the Lashawan Kadash. All right. We also see that is the way that we get back to our heritage. All right, because of course, scripture started off being written in Hebrew. All right, of course, you know what I'm saying, we went to a captivity, then it started being written in Greek. But to start off, our original language is the Hebrew. All right, so it's very popular term being called lost in translation. That's an important part of why we want to learn this Lashwan Kadash, is because we don't want things to get lost in translation. Right. All right. We don't want to sit up here and depend on the oppressor and sit up here and tell us this is what this means, this is what that means. All right. Because in I.S.U.P.K, we study to show ourselves approved. All right. And this is part of that studying. This is part of that approval. All right. We study to show ourselves approved, and we prove a friend. All right. So this is two birds and one stone type of deal that we're going into with Lashwan Kadash. All right. Because like Commander General YAHANNA says, if you're going to be an Israelite, you're going to need to learn how to speak Hebrew. All right. You can't be a Hebrew and you don't know anything about Hebrew. All right. So you want to be able to know a little bit something about our scriptures, being able to know, hey, this is what this means. All right. Because you have to understand that this is a black man's book. All right. So with this being a black man's book, we understand and start seeing the similarities and start seeing exactly how it rocks. And then that, it starts to click. Because, what I'm saying, we have our slang. We know, what I'm saying, how we talk, we may use these certain words. It means this and means that. All right. Versus things getting lost in translation. And then before you know it, you're up here thinking that a snake is talking to you. All right. So that's what we have to realize, because as what I'm saying, Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, we understand, like, hey man, stay away from dude, man, he a snake. All right. We can understand that. Versus if we have, what I'm saying, something in between, an oppressor that's coming up here saying this, we're gonna sit up here and fall fool to them and think that the snake is actually talking. All right. So that's what we have to do. We have to understand, how we spit, how we talk. All right. So in today's class, this is from the mouth of babes. All right, because the Hebrew class is always, a one-on-one class. It's getting to the rudiments. But this class here is really going to be from the mouth of babes, because that's the level we're starting at, all the way from, ground one. Because, from babies, of course, first thing you start learning is ABCs, 1, 2, 3. All right. So that's what we're going to go over today, is getting those rudiment foundations. So I apologize now that y'all tuned in, thinking that y'all was going to get priest and officer of 1,000 Hadar Moth and get a very, sophisticated and high-end class. Hey, tune in next Friday for that one. All right. We're going to do this little rudiment stuff right here. All right. But with that, big shout out to all the priests and officers that do take on teaching the Lashwan Kadash. It's a very heavy thing. And it's something that you want to continually do, because understand that this is something that if you don't use it, you will lose it. All right. I guarantee you that. All right. And to the young men and to the troopers, this is something that you want to, make sure that you pay attention to and dedicate these things to memory, because that is how you're going to prove yourself to be a friend. All right. So understand it in I.S.U.P.K, we have that proven system. All right. If you want to prove that you're going to be a friend, you want to prove that you're going to be a priest and prophet of the Most High, we have ways to test you on that. All right. So this is part of the ways that you want to be able to pass that test once they, come to you. It's knowing this Lashwan Kadash. All right. All right. So Most High in Christ for that. So we're going to start off, like I said, being real simple with our alphabets. All right. So coming to the school here in Atlanta, and even other schools, they will have this chart up on the wall. All right. This is the chart that we can get printed off for you as well. So you can have, a little paper you want to take home. I very highly recommend that you get this printed off, take it home, and this way you can study it and start dedicating it to memory. All right. But like I said, alphabets, this is what we want to start off doing, because this is the rudiments. This lets us get to know what type of sounds, what type of characteristics go into speaking Hebrew. All right. And so with Hebrew, we read from right to left. All right. So on this chart, you will see that it starts on the right, and then we will read down here to the left. All right. And you will also see two different types of writing on here. You see these words looking up, these letters up here, and then you'll see some different looking ones down here. All right. So Everybody who's been in the class before, what do these two mean? What's the first one? What you got, sis? We have a microphone? You turn it on for me. And feel free to move up to the first seat here too. I'm like you. I take off my glasses. I can't see nothing. All right. So what would we call these series of letters here? What style would this be?
Okay, if I'm not wait, let me see. Okay, the first one is the ancient Hebrew language.
There we go.
And then the second one is the Assyrian Hebrew language.
That's right. Go ahead and clap it up for it. Right. Very good. Very, very good. That's exactly what it is. This is the ancient Hebrew. All right. So this is what you will see in a lot of the old tablets and all of the old writings. All right. So that's what you would see here, because this is what was originally done. This started off as a pictorial type of writing. All right. So of course, coming up in school, they'll educate you on, Egypt and stuff like that. All right. So it's especially when I was in school, they talked about hieroglyphics. All right. So if you know anything about hieroglyphics, it's a pictorial type of language writing. All right. So this is the same thing here. Is that this is a pictorial thing. So the way these were formed was off of describing some type of picture. All right. So that's how you know how old it is, and that's how you also know who influenced who in history. All right. Because remember, we're the salt of the earth. All right. Everything that's popping on this earth, they got it from us. All right. We're the ones that led the way. All right. So this is, like I said, the ancient Hebrew. And down below, this is the Assyrian. All right. This is when we came under the Assyrian captivity, and they still kept the same sounds, but they just formed the letters to more of how the Assyrian script looks. All right. So it was a part of conforming under the slavery, but then still holding on to, your sounds, your writing. All right. We focus on the Assyrian a little heavier out of practicality, because practically when we read the scriptures, this is how we're going to be written. All right. So when you get your blue letter Bible and you have the Hebrew written in there, you're not going to see the ancient. You're going to see the Assyrian written. All right. So this is why we familiarize ourselves with the Assyrian. But like I said, young men and troopers, we have to be scholars and actually know both. All right. Sure. So we need to make sure that we memorize the ancient and we memorize the Assyrian. All right. But when it comes time to read, this is what you'll be reading will be the Assyrian. All right. So, without, much to say, it take a little work. All right. It's going to take some practice. It's going to take some discipline. All right. Just real quick, a little background of what, you have to do to learn this is I asked Commander General YAHANNA as far as what I need to do to surmount this. And his advice was treat it like it's the enemy. All right. And what he means by that is you have to be aggressive with it. He said, treat it like it's the enemy. Treat it with aggression. All right. But understand, I took Spanish 4 years in high school. But I need you to understand, you only need 2 years to graduate. So y'all see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't think that I took it 4 years and I passed all 4 years. It took me 4 years to get 2 years. You feel me? So language isn't my strong suit. All right. So that's just how I am naturally. All right. I'm gonna sit up and see these letters. I'm not always gonna start getting it. English, no problem. I can do that. All right. So this was a little bit of a stumbling block for me. But like I said, from the advice throughout the Commander General YAHANNA, we'll attack it with aggression. Let's flip that up. But that's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We want to treat it like the enemy. We want to attack it with aggression. So with that aggression, if you're studying this, you're trying to dedicate this to memory every day. All right, every day, day in, day out. You know what I'm saying? Put in a little bit of time. A little bit of time is better than, no time at all. All right. So just a little bit by a little bit, keep on putting it in, see what you can get out of it. And before you know it, it's going to, you know what I'm saying, be brought to your remembrance. All right. But repetition is key. All right. So we're going to be real repetitive today. And that's how we're going to keep on learning to be able to get this stuff. But like I said, from the mouth of babes, that's how we're acting. All right. We're coming like we're, brand new creatures. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into sounding off the alphabet. All right. And like I said, we go from right to left. So before starting off, we have Abagada Hawaza Kataya Kalamana Sa'apa Taza Kwa Rashata. All right. So that's the alphabet in Hebrew. Let me make sure I decide on that. All right. Like I said, repetition. We're gonna keep on going through this a little bit. All right. So just how we have the ABC song, how it has a little bit of a jingle to it. That's the same way that we can set this up so we can get familiar with, how to do it. Now we're rhythmic people. You know what I'm saying? It helps when we put a little beat to it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's how we're gonna break it down. So we see little lines here. That's breaking it up to the little sections. All right. So the first one we have is Abagada Hawaza. All right. So all together, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this first little section. All right. So all together. Abagada Hawaza. All right. So we're gonna do this breakdown a little bit by it. So the first one is that's A-H, then Ba, D-A, Ga, G-A, Da, D-A, Ha, H-A, Wa, Za. There we go. Yep. So one more time all together. Abagada Hawaza. All right, good. All right. So now the next three is going to be Kataya. All right. So this C, when you see the C-H-A-A, it's a ka. All right. It's like you're holding it out a little bit. It's like a long ka. All right. So I'm going to hear ka. All right. Yep. So Kataya. Yep. Very good. One more time all together. Kataya. Good. All right. So now the second string of it, we see this ka again. So we see K-A this time. So this is ka as well, but it's a short ka. All right. So C-H-A-A, that's a ka. This is a ka. All right. So a little slight difference on that one. All right. So starting off with here, we have Kalamana Sa'apa. All right. So all together, we're going to say Kalamana Sa'apa. Good. All right. One more time. Kalamana Sa'apa. Good. Very good. All right. And then now the next section, we're going to have these two. It's Taza, T-A-Z-A. Taza, and then Kwa, Q-A. Kwa. Mm-hmm. All right. So Taza, Kwa. Taza, Kwa. All right. So all together. Taza, Kwa. Very good. All right. And now the last three is Ra, R-A, Sha, S-H-A, and then Tha. All right. T-H-A. So it's Ra, Sha, Tha. All right. Ra, Sha, Tha. Very good. All right. So one more time all together. Ra, Sha, Tha. All right. Cool. So now we're going to bundle everything up together, and we're going to do it with our little beat, you know what I'm saying? And then bring it all the way through here together. All right? Everybody ready? Go. So I have most high prize. Let's get it. Abagada Hawaza Kataya Kalamana Sa'apa Taza Kwa Rashata. Right? Yeah, hey, it's gonna take a second now. That's what I'm saying. We got to build up that repetition. Because man, I started flip-flopping this stuff. I'll be saying, you know what I'm saying, my Ra before my Taza, everything like that. So it's just, you keep on hearing it. It's like that song. You know what I'm saying? I can hear a song from, you know what I'm saying, 20 years ago now. You know, not to put my age out there, but I can hear a song from 20 years ago and know every word of it. Why? Because I heard that song over and over and over again. And then I heard it to a beat. So it's like I could even hear the beat and just rap off the beat. I may not be able to sit up here and remember the words, but if I remember that little beat, the words start coming to me. All right, so this is one of those aids that help with that. It's putting a little bit of our spirit on it. All right. All right, so we're gonna go through this one more time, going through the alphabet. All right, so starting at the beginning. Abagada Hawaza Kataya Kalamana Sa'apa Kwa Rasha Sa. All right, very good, very good. All right, so that's what we have as far as our alphabet with our sounds. All right, and you hear with these sounds, we hear these ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za. All right, if we were to think about an animal, what animal does this sound like? We got sounds like a lamb. All right, sounds like a sheep. All right, so you got to remember that our people were herders. All right, we were, what I'm saying, shepherds. All right, so this is those type of sounds. You're going to hear a lot of these sheep sounds. These ba, la, ma, na, sa, pa. All right, so when you understand how it's supposed to sound, when you start seeing these words together, that's going to start helping. All right, because that's what you got to remember. These ba, sha, ha, ya. All right, just like my name, ha, ya, ka. All right, so that's you're gonna hear these. You know what I'm saying? So when you see it, you're not gonna look at it and be like hockey off. You know what I'm saying? Because that doesn't go with the ba, ya, You know what I'm saying? So that's how you're gonna be able to put this stuff together. All right, with ma, ka, la. All right, you hear the you hear them. You know what I'm saying, coming out. I, zar, ya, la. All right. So you're starting to hear all of these, you know what I'm saying, these bars, you know what I'm saying, coming out together. All right. So it's going to help. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of interactive stuff because, you know, I'm not trying to put nobody to sleep. So we're going to get some practice in actually writing this in the ancient and writing it in the Assyrian. All right. We're going to definitely have this crutch with us because this is going to be, you know what I'm saying, what we're going to use to see how to do it. All right. And this is how we're going to start off. We're going to write all of these letters, like I said, in the Assyrian, like in the ancient, and then in the Assyrian. Ancient. Like that. Make sure I spell the Syrian, right? Yes, yep. Excuse my handwriting. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. All right, so we're gonna do double duty. We're gonna have one come up and write the ancient, and another write the Assyrian. Let me get another color here. The red should show up. There we go. All right, so what we're going to start off with is going to be the I. All right, A-H. All right, let me get a volunteer for the ancient and for the Assyrian. Come on up. Which one you want, sis? Either one. All right. We're going to give you the Assyrian. You get a volunteer for the ancient?
Yeah, I really want the ancient, but
oh, well, hey, you got first dibs. Go ahead. Come get the ancient. Yeah, you got first dibs. Don't get it.
you want ancient, whatever one you want.
No money.
Which one you want? You want ancient?
Yeah. All right. Y'all want a hint? Flash test?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Oh,
Okay. So I gotta
wait,
write the
ancient
word.
right here.
Yep.
So I gotta write these words. Like
No,
that?
no. So we're only doing the I. All right. So the ancient, you're gonna write this one, Cooper, and the Syrian, sis, is what you're gonna write right here. Yeah.
I'm left-handed too.
Hey, it's all right. Gakawan left-handed too, man. You still right. Wrong-handed people can do this too.
I like to be challenged. Let's go.
And those that are online, I hope you have your notebooks and you can do this exact same drill.
I got a notebook at home.
Oh yeah, you got it right on top here. Yeah, so those that are online, do the same thing. Break out your notebook and write your ah. All right, A-H, ah. Write this in the ancient and write it in the Assyrian. Another thing that this helps with is being able to visually remember the letter. Right? Once we write something down and we put it on that paper, that helps our brain to remember and being able to recognize it. All right, so let me help you out here on this one. Right? So remember, with this one, just think about a sideways A. All right, so how an A you do up, down, and across, is do sideways and down. It's sideways A. Think about it that way. Mm-hmm. All right, so we want it to come all the way through though. Yeah, so part is going to be sticking out over the top here, and part is going to be sticking out on the bottom. Yep, and you got yours, sis. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one thing that you don't want to do with this is overthink it too much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because then you start to be like, this is a little bit too. Nah, I need to do it. But you will drive yourself crazy trying to get it exactly perfect. All right.
I like this. I can just try one more time.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, dude. Hey, repetition to keep learning. All right. So also with this, let me see just one quick second, Mark Shaw. So also with this, if y'all can see on the screen here, on the bottom part, tip to right. On the very last line, you will see the handwritten form of it. And you will see how the handwritten is a little bit different from the actual text. All right, because you got to understand, you're not a machine. You're not going to make this exact print. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have a little bit of human error to it.
Me too.
I'm gonna need one of them sheets to go home with her.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get you into them.
I didn't make it fast. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm waiting. Come on, girl.
That's it. I'm good right now.
Hey, you tell me if you good.
No, I can be more straight.
Yeah, there's one of the. Are you finished? You know what I'm saying? You hand in your homework when you done with it.
What concept? At least. Ain't that bad. I think I'm gonna write it down. Sit it down.
Yeah, it is different, writing when it's up vertical. All right. Good. Hey, no sweat. So what it is with you, sis, you're trying to get the markers to write the different thicknesses of the line. You know what I'm saying? That's not too much of a fact. So that's too hard. All right. Most High in Christ. Let's go ahead and clap it up for him. Most High in Christ. All right. So, starting with the ancient. All right. The ancient, we have All right. The way that I remember this real quick and easy is it's a sideways A. All right. So just how, you know what I'm saying, the trooper did right here, that's exactly what it is. Sideways A. So all you're doing is here, drawing down. That's it. All right. That would be your I. All right. So very good on that one, trooper. All right. Your the Syrian sister did a good job with the Assyrian as well. And the Syrian, it looks kind of like a fancy N. All right. So that's exactly how it looks. It's like a little fancy N. Let's have this. All right. And then it has like a little thick little hat on the top right part of that N. All right. That's very good. So that's our Ah. All right. All right, so now we're going to switch it up. We're going to get the same two to come back up, except now you're going to switch up. Sister, you're going to do the ancient, and brother, you'll do the Syrian. All right. So what letter comes next? Ba. Very good. Ba. Ba. All right. So let's see the Ba. All right. Everybody online, go ahead and write your Ba. B-A. Ba. Yeah, you can write the B-A underneath the B-A under here. Come. Yep, there you go. You just do a dash and then write your letter.
No, just have a whole thing is possible. Oh, yeah.
There we go. There we go. That's all I was about to say. That's the only correction I would have made, sis. Okay, Christ. And remember, when you start doing the handwriting one, look to mimic this. This is the handwriting. All right. So instead of trying to mimic this one, mimic how it looks in being handwritten.
Oh, I'm down. Oh, I'm going to be down here. I'm up there. Okay, right here.
Like a backward T. Without this part.
Okay, I'm going this way.
There you go. All right. Go down more. Come up.
Well, y'all gotta love this. It's real teamwork we got going on up here. Clap that up. All right, let's take a time. We got about 5 more seconds.
Oh. Okay. That ain't finished. That's about that. We will get some more practice.
All right.
That's about that.
So most time crack. There we go. You want to get the mark? There we go. All right. Everybody see this? All right. So this is our ba. All right. This is ba. With the ba, this kind of it's supposed to like symbolize a tent. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the little tent with the little pitch right here. I always look at it as like a ship, like a sail ship, but you know, whatever works for you. But as far as the pictorial part, that's how they made it up to be, to look like a tent. I just visualize it as a ship. All right, that's what it is. A little triangle with a little G swoop. All right. So ba, just think about you about to make the letter G, except put that triangle on the top. Instead of a circle, a triangle, a little G swoop. That's gonna be your ba. All right. In the Assyrian, we have the ba. Oh, and we done switched up the inks too. It's all good. All right. So in the Assyrian, see if I can get it over here. All right. Of course, we have this little part. When you see it in the text, it's going to have like a little curve here. It's going to come down, and then we're going to have this straight line that comes down, and then it sticks out just a little bit. Make sure everybody can see that. So it'll stick out just a little bit right here. All right. So you're going to see a little slight curve down, wrap around, and come straight across. All right. That's our bar. All right. What's the next letter? Yeah. That's why I stood right here so I can block it. Block it. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you say it. Like, can't cheat, man. So look. So one thing that we can do is while we're in class, we want to go ahead and make sure that we start taking notes. All right, because we don't want to cover something one time in class and then go back to it and be like, oh dang, I don't have it. What you got? Yeah. Very good. Clap it up for her. All right, God, G-A. All right. So we have Abba God. All right, because remember, Abba God. There we go. Clap it up for us. There we go, sis. Good job. Good job. All right. So, one, you want to come do a come. We got the cheat sheet. We got the sheet. You can have your pick on whether you want the ancient or the Assyrian, sir. So yeah, the ancient, yeah. So it's gonna be the Ga. All right. Let's go ahead and knock out the Assyrian with the Ga trooper. Right quick. Where's that right quick? Oh, it on the top is an eraser. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I like those. Yeah, I got the built-in eraser with it.
I can put that God right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you just write out. Good job. Hey, quick work up. There we go. More time try.
I had to put it like that, bro.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
Syria.
Hey, more time try. Was one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Very, very powerful man above us. Officer Thamayam. That's a perfect one. The boot kiss capital. Hey, talk to him. I'm gonna say be free with it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Be too critical of yourself. Okay. This is what we learn. This is what we learn before we make mistakes. All right. Cool. No sweat. No time crash. All right. Clap it up for them. All right. So moving on along, this is where we have the Ga. All right. So we have the Ga here and the ancient. This is like a camel hump for as far as the pictorial part. That's what that's supposed to slice. Right. I just do upside down Nike check. Hey, do it upside down. There we go. So like I don't want to say it's upside down Nike check. All right. So that's the thing is we all have different ways to make stuff click in our mind. So it's what can you relate it to? So you see these things and what does it relate to? You know what I'm saying as far as what you see. Right. Go upside down hiking stick. Correct. Yeah. So as far as you know, our forefathers when they did this stuff, this reminded them of a camel hump. All right. So this is like a little camel hump right here, like that. Nowadays, we don't see camels. You know what I'm saying? So camels gonna be the farthest thing from our mind. But what do we see? We see them Nikes. You know what I'm saying? What you got, sir?
Last we watched Rush Hour, which we joke camels on.
Right. Yeah, so we're gonna relate stuff to what we see and what we're familiar with.
Right.
They're familiar with camels. So they thinking camels. We're familiar with Nikes. Oh, that's upside down check. You know what I'm saying? Or that's some Paylesses. You know what I'm saying? You get them Payless ones like, hey, but what's wrong with your Nike check, man? Flip upside down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all my broke kids growing up in the hood know that one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like. All right. So the Syrian now with the like with the God. All right. So this wasn't a bad attempt at all. We just want to be able to like have certain definitive features and not bunch it up too much. All right. So this is definitely a good one. I would just widen this out just a little bit, just so we can see that little split here. Like. So you can just widen that out just a little bit. One time. Just like that. All right. No time press on there. So we have Abaga. What's the next? Nah. Za. It looks like you just throwing stuff out there now. Abaga. No, Abaga. Da. All right, so sis got da. Who else got da? I think I got da. You got da? What you got, other one? Right. All right. So like other one said, da. That comes next. So very good, sis. All right. Abaga da. All right. Remember the da? All right. So real quick, what is something that we see in I.S.U.P.K and in Israel that we see that da on a lot?
In the water?
The water?
Oh no, the water.
Symbol.
It's a symbol.
Da and da. Da and da.
Say it again.
Da and da.
There we go. Clap it up for him.
Oh,
Very good.
King David,
Right. Clap it up for him. Clap it up for him. Very good. Very good. All right. So, actually, a little. So we see here, all right, on the hat, the shield of David. All right. So of course, King David, being the king of Israel, this was his signet. Okay. So just how you know what I'm saying, you get ready to sign a check or you sign something, you don't always write out every single letter to make it legible. You'll do a shh. All right, and that's your signature. All right. So same thing, back then is they would have a signet. All right. So King David, King David, that was how he did his signet. All right. So he's taking the letter, that triangle, because that's a da, and inverting it on itself. All right. So that's how he created the signet. That's how we have the shield of David. Yeah, very good. Yep. So the shield of David. All right. So just a quick segue. I spoke to Priest and Officer Mark a lot about this coming in before class, but this is part of why we have to come back to our heritage. We have to come back to what is ours. All right. Because if we don't claim what's ours, the oppressor is going to tell us what it is, and then we're going to develop it into something else. Right. All right. Because like I was just telling the priest, this is what I have on. If it's 7 days in the week, I got this on 6. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Salakia. It's like y'all be patient with me 1 second, up, sure. Okay, the water thing. All right, shalom, McCray. All right, it's like, man, button you hit you better answer that phone. All right. It's like, all right, so that's what it is that Dawadah. All right. So like I said, we have to make sure that we reclaim our history, we reclaim our heritage. All right. Because understand that this symbol is ours. All right. And when I say ours, I mean Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is ours. All right. Who does this not belong to? Heathens. It doesn't belong to heathens. Who else does it not belong to? Unbelievers. Say it one more time, Ottawa.
Amalek.
Amalek definitely doesn't belong to Amalek.
Right.
It doesn't belong to any heathens. It does not belong to Amalek. All right. The story that I just told Ottawa coming up here is I was told, you know what I'm saying, to take this off because there was a brother who thought that this belonged to them. So who do they think that this belongs to?
The Edomite.
Lie.
The fake Jews.
Lie. That's Amalek. Amalek would be the fake Jews.
Right. Fake Jews.
All right. So anybody in the talk to me. All right. So Troop is right. Street gangs. All right. There's a popular gang called GDs. All right. This is a symbol that the GDs use. All right. So, you know, me, you know what I'm saying, stopping in the hood down the street, I got this on, you know what I'm saying? What do they view me as? GD. They think I'm GD. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important that we wake up our people and we reclaim what's ours. Right? Because the Edomite, the oppressor, will sit up here and have us thinking that this is gang culture, that this is, you know what I'm saying, for something else. But this is ours. This is for our special people. This is for God's special holy people. This is a signet to the King of Israel. All right. Like, sir.
Wow, so I get my club real quick.
Baba Show.
Real heavy class, dropping it heavy. You know, in some parts of town, I know it's a real popular bookstore in Manhattan where all of the devil worshipers go to. You go in that part of town, they're gonna think that's a pentagram.
Right.
You think it's a sign of the devil and say you're Satan.
Right.
It's the oppressor, the devil, and the Bible speaks of.
That's right. That's right. Clap that up. Right. You got sis.
Yeah, I was looking at certain things, and they try to say that represents pagan and the devil and all that. But all they trying to do is do this. Oh, sorry. I was looking at this video. They're trying to say that sign is pagan and all that. All they're trying to do is try to do the same thing they've been doing. It's trying to mess up our identity, the sun, faking sun phone, so they can turn a different way,
right,
and not come to the truth, where they can learn their identity, the Black Latino Native image I'm talking about.
Right. Clap that up. Clap that up. Very, very heavy point, and that's spot on of what it is. Hold the people 1 second, Baba Show. All right, so that's spot on of what it is. That's why we have to reclaim what's ours. All right, because you got to understand how identity theft works. All right, identity theft works where they take your identity and then pose as you. They get the benefits that you're supposed to get. All right, so that's the stealer, the one that takes the identity. That's how they benefit. All right, they're taking all of what good comes from that identity. All right, so now the one that had that identity stolen, what are the core? What are the problems that they run across after their identity is stolen?
We start looking at things through another nation's eyes and being confused about who we are,
right,
and taking on somebody else.
Right.
Yes, and then they can lie to us about our identity.
Right.
We don't even know who we are.
Definitely. So that's exactly one of them. That's exactly one of them is now that our identity has been stolen, we question who we are. We're not sure who we are now. So now we're gonna start sitting up here looking at somebody else, asking them, who am I? It's like you wake up with amnesia. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. I don't know, so you're gonna do what? You're gonna ask somebody else. Hey, oh, what's my name? Who am I? Because you don't know. So like you said, you're now looking to somebody else to tell you. All right. What's another thing that happens from a negative side of having your identity stolen? What you guys say?
A long list, sir.
Yeah, it's definitely a long list. It's one certain one I'm definitely looking for. Because we got the one of you start looking towards somebody else tell you who you are.
Exactly. They start looking to heathens. They start looking like they were looking at Christ, a white gay guy that the Pope's nephew that they were looking at like it was God. They try to mix it up so they can be looked at as God when all they doing is representing the devil.
Right.
And then some are in a closed door. They're praying on to the black God because they know better, but they want to come and tell us a different doctrine. That's why a lot of people are so delusional now. That's why women are showing their backside and naked and think it's regular.
Right.
That's why children are acting the way they are. That's why people, their minds be so sick away when they on the internet. They listen to everybody else. If they had a mind of Christ and they knew their identity, they can read when bullcrap is coming and when it's not.
Right.
It's like it's changing everything up. It's like, just like we were saying, they painted everything in the Renaissance white, but they got it from us.
Right.
But what they did was they changed it up and then they added paganism to it. See, that's the thing. And then even in slavery days, you see how the devil was in what they call the church house, telling them what to say. While he was sitting there watching them so they can be indoctrinated and get far away from their identity and do the doctrine the way they want it to be done. But the one thing is they have the truth, but they taught us a different way of the truth.
Right. So yeah, that definitely ties back into what the truth is saying. Exactly that. If you sit up here and you're looking to somebody else to tell you who you are, you're listening and you're taking on the lesson of somebody else telling you who you are. All right. But now the second part of what I was looking to that, and you definitely touched on that, you hit on that, sis, is now people won't believe you when you say who you are. Because now that my identity has been stolen and I come back to reclaim it, you now have to fight and prove that this is actually you. Right? So I don't know if anybody in here has had their identity stolen or know somebody that has, in this world and the practical world has actually had their identity stolen. It's a common thing. Yeah. So that's one of the uphill battles you have to fight, is because if I sit up here and I tell you that this ain't my government, but if I say my government is Bobby Jones, all right, my name is Bobby Jones. Now somebody goes and they steal Bobby Jones's identity. Now the next time I go to the bank to open up an account, it's going to have all of this bad, negative stuff about Bobby Jones, because of course, who stole Bobby Jones' identity, now they went and they tarnished the name or they made it something different. All right. So now when you go with the like, nah, that's not me. I didn't do that. I didn't say that. I don't act like that. I don't do that. Now that's where that confusion comes in. And now that's what you're having to fight to do. You're having to fight to show who you are. All right. Because Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, they'll let us claim to be anything under the sun except a child of God.
Right. That's right.
All right. So that's where we have to now fight, is to say that, nah, we are the true Jews of antiquity. No, you're not. Prove it. Can you speak Hebrew? Can you do this? Do you do it? Now we're having a fight. All right. This is one of those tools that goes in that arsenal of how to fight it. Let them know that, yeah, I know this. All right. I've studied this. Now I've seen this. All right. That's how we have to be able to get our identity back. That's how we have to, like I was talking to priest and officer Mike a lot, is, we have this mission that we're going to be doing about boots on the ground, getting into our community. All right. You got to understand, I'm born and raised in Glenwood. So right here on this road, this is where I'm born and raised. You know what I'm saying? So I understand how things move around here. when I was down the street, I understood how things were moving. When dude came to me, you know what I'm saying, then you know, before he came to me, when he said, "Hey, I like that hat," I already knew what they talking about. He wasn't talking about he liked that hat because he knew about Israelite. I knew what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And after you don't give them a certain response, they're gonna know that, okay, well, he ain't GD. So now from that point, now they trying to come check because they think you false flag. You know what I'm saying? So then that's when you got to educate the brother, you know what I'm saying, and bring them out the truth, because that's what we sit up here and do, and let them know, nah, nah, brother, this is, you know what I'm saying, shield of David. This ain't got nothing to do with GD. I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You are too, brother. You know what I'm saying? And start, you know what I'm saying, talking to it that way. All right? They may not, hold on, 1 second, sit. They may not hear it because the brother didn't hear me at first. You know what I'm saying? The brother, you know what I'm saying, he sat up here, he dabbed me up and okay, walked away. But then when I started talking to my other partner, he walked right back up with the same thing, talking about take off your hat. But these colors don't run, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't taking off nothing. I already explained to you what this means, who I symbolize, and what this is. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't taking off nothing. All right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. And after they see that you stand on that, they're gonna respect it because we all men. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna respect it. All right. And you have to now keep on waking up your people. So what's the next move that I do? I let them know, hey brother, come holler at us Sunday. All right, we got the memorial of blowing the trumpets going down right here in 3353 Glenwood Road. You know what Lion Street at? Yeah, right in the same plaza as Wonder Walk, because I'm talking to my niggas in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly where to go to. All right. Right there. Come holler at me 7 o'clock on Sunday, man. We're gonna have food, drink, you know what I'm saying? Come on, celebrate. You'll see what's going on. You'll see that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting up here just talking about, oh nah, I'm an Israelite, this or that. Nah, let me come show you what's really happening. All right. That's part of how we got to reclaim our heritage. All right. That's how we got to be able to be knowledgeable. And this is the preparation that we need for when our brothers and sisters come in here, we can show them what it is. So it's like, oh, you a GD? All right, well, if you're a GD, tell me the history of how this represents you. Because I'm going to tell you the history of how this represents us. That's right. How this represents, you know what I'm saying, the king. All right? How this represents, you know what I'm saying, a man that was after the Most High on the part. All right? And show that power. Because we all understand what type of mighty, strong man of God the King of David was. Yes, sir. All right? And now that we understand that that's our kinfolk, yes, sir, that's our heritage, and not gangbangers, not, you know what I'm saying, GDs, that's not our identity. Our identity is, you know what I'm saying, men like the King of David, like King David. All right? So now we can beef each other up and be able to support each other and like, okay, yeah, this is who I am. This is who I'm about. Not, you know, some gangbangers. All right? So like it, not to go off on that too far. Let's get back. Oh, sorry, what did you have, sis? It's too wild. Okay, most I ain't correct. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and jump back to this Da. All right. Who got it? Da. All right, because we're on I.S.U.P.K, and the next comes Da. All right. And yeah, come on up. Whoever's first up is going to get first pick.
You don't want to.
Yep.
Which one do you like? You want answer? You want Sarah?
Hey, that's a real rib. You hear that? I said, whoever come up here first, get first. She said, what would you like, sir? Clap that up. Clap that up. No, I'm going to. Oh, you'll see it in the refrigerator. Yeah, so do a dash. And then you're doing the action for that. You draw right there. Okay. Oh, fine, correct. Oh, you'll get you a pop. All right, so just do one stroke. So instead of like how that's a bubble letter, you don't want to do the bubble letter. You want to do it like a regular stroke. Yeah. Yeah, that also don't worry about the thicknesses that you see.
Okay, bam.
Doing this one right here, right?
Yeah, it's right here. Right?
Yeah. So yeah. So this is handwritten. Remember. So this is the text. So if it looks like this or it looks like this, whichever one. Okay. Either one is that.
Okay, either one is. Or you can do this one or
It's like eight so much.
All right.
Straight up. Yeah.
All right. Last redo, sis.
Straight.
that's it.
Good. I have more time correct. All right. Hey, we getting there. We putting in some good work. All right. Remember, this is new. You know what I'm saying? This is new. You know what I'm saying? With things being new, we have to be repetitive with it. All right. So, and then also with that, being able to discern and see different things. All right. Because now that we got to the da, all right. Well, let me hit on the Assyrian first and continue my thought. All right. So with the Assyrian, we're going to see some things that look similar. All right. So that's what we'll have to start being able to disseminate between, because with the da, there's other letters that look similar to the da if you don't pay certain attention to. All right, because the da can look like the wa, the za, and the ra. All right, so it's little small things that separate it, but like if you look at it real quick, you don't know if it's wa, za, or ra. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it can get you. All right. So we're gonna come back to that. Let's start off with the ancient. All right, very good, Trooper. The ancient is nothing but a triangle. All right. That's very simple. And like I said, that's how we get the shield of David, because it was inverted on top of itself. All right. Maganda would die. All right. Getting to the Assyrian is, if you sit up here and you look at your sheet, you'll see that when it's in the text, to myself, it looks like a fancy 7. All right. So it's like you got the little swoop, and then you come into the 7 and you come down. And then when it's handwritten, you don't get as much of that swoop on the top part. It's just a straight line and comes down. But it's like I said, it's those small little things. So this, you just want to make sure that you still see that little bit that's sticking over. All right. So the handwritten, over and down. All right. Very good. All right. Because like I said, some of these start looking alike. So when you get to the wa, for instance, so just real quick, you get to the wa is going to look like that. All right. But the difference is, like I said, that little bit of that top part sticking out, and that's what be the difference. So if you don't do that, then your dog's gonna look like a wa. All right. And also, like I said, with the ra can look like that as well if you don't do that, because the ra would be that. All right. So this is ra. If you don't have this little bit sticking out, then your da is actually going to be ra. All right. So just those few letters that you know what I'm saying are a little close here. Yeah. A lot. The water, sir. Yeah, definitely later though. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So we are definitely making progress. All right. And the race was not given to the swift. So how we get through this? That's how we got to get through this. All right. So we getting it done. All right. We getting it done. We making it happen. All right. So moving right along. we have Abagada. Everybody. All at one time. Abagada. There we go. This is only tonight. Clap it up. Clap it up. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So now with the next one, we have Ha. All right. First letter in the brother's name. So hey, let me get a bit Ha out of here. You know what I'm talking about? Ha. You know what I'm saying? All right. So matter of fact, y'all go ahead and keep on eating. Y'all do your thing. All right. So let me make sure I get the right colors here. I'm doing it right here. Switch up to my other color. And like I said before, we focus on the Assyrian, but the ancient is definitely a lot easier to write. I will write the ancient any day, every day. You know what I'm saying? As far as you know how that comes into. But this would be the Ha. So in the ancient, the Ha is like a comb. It's like a little comb that the what they call the rat tail comb that the sisters use. You got the little rat tail, then you got all the little things in there, or a backwards F. Two things, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's you know what I'm saying, what it gets relatively familiar to you, all right? So whether you think about it as Ha being the backwards F or a comb, all right? F got two. Listen, it does. But I said looks like. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. You might look like Eddie Murphy, but you ain't Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Your chin a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a backwards F. You know what I'm saying? What was that crap? All right. So that's what we have is Ha in the Assyrian is this. Make sure y'all see that here. All right. And then in in the ancient, all right. And then in the Assyrian, this is what it looks like. So it's going to be like an N. It comes around here, except with this line, you got like a little squiggly line coming down right here. All right. You're going to come down. It starts on the top right, and you're going to come down and almost like making an S shape. So I actually need to just curve that a little bit more. All right. So just think about when that line comes down, like you're just making like a squiggly S. All right. All right. All right. So that's going to be your Ha. All right. So now we got Abba. We got Abba Gada Ha. What's the next one? Wa. 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 All right. Wa. All right. So the next one is Wa. Y'all go ahead and keep on eating. We're gonna make sure y'all get y'all bellies full. Some water for y'all work. You're the boss, sir. I'm correct. You must still, yeah. Y'all should be able to see that. Yeah. All right. Anybody else need water? All right, show up. Show up. Remember to switch these up. All right, so this is the Wa. All right, Wa. This is the walk. So in the ancient, one of the easiest, if the da and the wa, one of the easiest ones in the ancient. All right, because we understand this is something we still use today, a triangle. This is something we still use in our alphabet. What's that look like? Y. Looks like a Y. All right. Slingshot. Very good. All right. Looks like gold. Right. All that. It's a lot of stuff we can, go to on there. Tuning fork. All type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's definitely a wishbone. What else we got? Fish hook. Fish hook. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be from what our forefathers said. But I don't always see eye to eye with our forefathers. It's like, how does this look like a fish hook? But that's what they saw. So be it.
You don't know how they hook fish.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's more like a what they call when you stab them? A trident. There we go. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, a little trident. There we go. Somebody's an Aquaman fan. Right. All right. So that's a very simple one right there. All right. So when we see that Y. All right.
Y.
That's the Y. All right. Y. In the Assyrian, all right, we have the Y. All right. So like I said, how this can be mistaken if you look too fast or you don't write it correctly, or whatever, it could be confused with the da, because it's the same thing. But this is just a short little hook, and you're coming down. All right, not fast. Too long. All right, so that's how we get our wa. All right, very good. All right, so I'm gonna erase these. Y'all take a minute to look at them. Oh, come on. All right. So remember, those of you online, please take notes. All right. Contact one of the priests, one of the officers here, so you can get a printout like this. But until then, you can definitely write these notes, and even after you get this, write it out. All right, because it really helps when you start writing the letters out, writing, putting pen to pad on being able to remember it. All right, because it's all about repetition. Repetition, over and over and over again. That's even how Scripture has taught us. All right, the Most High knows that we are stiff-necked people, and He has to be repetitive with us. So He teaches these lessons to us over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Make sure He knocks it into our head, so we hard head. All right, so make sure y'all write all of these down. Everybody erase and then start up from the next series. All right. Everybody toward?
Good. Let's go.
Everybody toward online, whoever is. All right. Online, okay. All right. Oh, and quick shout out to everybody online. The water for everybody checking in with us, everybody who is in class with us.
Right.
We have Officer 500 Marzar checking in online.
Right.
Officer 50 Gakawan. Officer of 1,000 Ricard Karab, water checking in with us on the one. Damn right. We got Trooper Ra'ai, always in the building, one form or another. Water checking in. Sister Azara, water checking in, a constant as well. Oh, the water, yeah. Ottawa Officer of 1,000 Hadar Mock, classes checking in, and also part of my heavy reason why I had to come in here and do a lot of Dodge class, because you know what I'm saying, Officer Hadar Mock. It's like so with that, if I may, let me backtrack a little bit. For those that may not be familiar with I.S.U.P.K. and the way we do things and how we go about doing them, all right? But we celebrate the days that the Most High ordained for us to celebrate, all right? So we don't celebrate holidays. Right. We do have high holy days that we celebrate, all right? One of which is coming up this Sunday. So make sure you get down here to 3353 Glenwood Road. Sunday. Be in the building. You know what I'm saying? make sure you do that. Shout out to Officer Hadar Moth. All right. But make sure you come down here to 3353 Glenwood Road and you join us for the memorial of blowing the trumpets. All right. That's going to be this Sunday, the 21st of September. We're going to have food. You're going to be able to come in here and get full of spiritual knowledge and get full of some good food. You know what I'm talking about? Our sisters do an awesome job of putting the food together, and our brothers, our priests and officers, do an awesome job of putting class together. All right. So with that, we read in the Hebrew. All right. When we read the scriptures, like I said, it's about getting lost in translation. We read the English version and we read the Hebrew. All right. So we can understand word for word how it goes. And also with that, we say our prayers in Hebrew. All right. It is more powerful when we say it in our original tongue. All right. All right. So understand that, you're still going to have that power. You're still speaking those words. I'm saying you say the Lord's Prayer, but you're going to have that extra oomph to it when you say it in Hebrew. All right. So that's a very important part of learning this Hebrew. All right. So like I said, shout out to Officer Hadar Ma, because during these high holy days, we read scriptures. All right. And this is a big part of showing that we are scholars. All right. Because if you want to be a scholar, you got to be able to and speak this stuff. If you want to be a Hebrew, show me you can speak some Hebrew. All right. You know what I'm saying? Back it up. All right. So yeah, so make sure you come in here and learn that. All right. Shout out to Officer Hadar Ma. We have Sister Angel, that's you, right? There we go, in the building. Most high Christ, all right? Sister Madana, while for checking in as well. I have to get the mouse to scroll up to everybody else. But water for everybody else in the building. Got Trooper Raya in the building with us. We got Priest and Officer Azar Yala and Priest and Officer Pash Raya. Like, also, you're right. What did I say? Right, yeah, it's like it. Yeah, Trooper, you're right. I like it. Most high Christ. Yeah. Oh, so that's what I did. So there's another officer of 50 in school named Halak Aman. All right, I get called Halak Aman all day, every day. So it's the same thing with you and Raya of those names being a little similar. You know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. Yeah, so Halak for that, no offense, what they intended. People call me Halak and I just keep it moving. I'm like, yep. What you got?
I've been practicing on that prayer, the Lord's Prayer.
Oh, Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's part of that study. You study to show that stuff approved. Clap that up. All right. Work. It's like you have something, sir? I ain't noticed it until the last second. You put that last piece of pizza, and stuff on in there. My bad. We got a second. Go ahead and chew. I know sweat. But yeah, so that's what we want to do. To make sure that we keep on studying this. So most time in practice for this. We're gonna go to this next set. All right. So we left off on Wa. All right. So we got. Oh, Salaki. What you got, sir? Okay.
Salaki.
Yeah, Wa.
The Wa.
Oh, sorry.
Salaki, I just wanted to bring out the precept of what you were saying before. This is the prologue for the book of Ecclesiasticus. And it says, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language.
In their own what?
Language.
In English.
Hebrew.
Hebrew, all right? In their own language.
Right.
Hey, most time, if you would read that for me one more time, Baba Shah, that's very heavy. And that's what we, you know what I'm saying, really have to drill in. What was that book and verse, sir?
This is the middle, actually, of the prologue of the book of Ecclesiasticus.
Mm-hmm.
For the same things uttered in Hebrew.
So utter. You know that utter means to what? If you utter something, what are you doing?
Make it known.
You're speaking to utter, all right, to speak, all right. Go ahead and read, Baba Shah.
Salakia. In Hebrew.
All right, to utter it in Hebrew, all right. So to say it in Hebrew. Go ahead and read.
Right. Salakia. And translated into another tongue.
Mm-hmm. So you translate it into another tongue. English, Spanish, Latin. All right, go ahead and read.
Have not the same force in them.
It's not the same. All right. So you translated this into the English. You translated it into Latin. You translated it into anything other than Hebrew. It doesn't have that same force. All right. Force being what's another word we can use for force?
Like strength.
Strength. Power. All right. That's what that force is. All right. Like that was a lot of force behind that. That was a lot of power behind that. All right. That was a forceful punch. That was a powerful punch. You want to read Baba Shah?
Right. And not only these things, but the law itself.
So not just this, but the law. All right. What we actually have to govern ourselves with. What makes us alive. All right. So the law is what gives us life. All right. The law is what, binds us to the Most High. That is what we do to serve the Most High. All right. So if we're going to do what the Most High wants us to do, we need to do that in the most powerful way as possible. All right. If we need to understand what the Most High wants us to do, we need to do that in the most forceful way possible. All right. Read, Baba Shah.
So, Lockie, if I may, I kind of want to jump up a sentence based on what you were just breaking down.
Please.
Wherefore, let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words which we have labored to interpret.
Don't let it get lost in translation.
Right.
All right. We're going to sit up here and be like, what does this mean? Because how many people, have you heard? How many times have you said it yourself of, hey, it's hard for me to read the Bible. I just don't understand it. I don't get what it's saying. All right. You're laboring, you're working to understand it, to interpret it, to know it. All right. It shouldn't be that way. All right.
Right.
Get in here and learn the Lashwan Kadash. Learn how it originally should be. And then we don't have to put in all of this work of trying to interpret something and it getting lost in translation.
Right.
All right. So what? Go ahead and finish reading about the show.
But the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language.
Break that down for me about the show.
So, Locky, you got to understand a Hebraic mindset when you're reading a Hebraic book.
And is that not what I said in the beginning of class? This is a black man's book.
Right.
We have our own slang.
Right.
Right. So it was the reason I asked Priest and Officer Napash Rab to break that down is so that y'all can see that this isn't me talking. All right. This isn't, Rab talking. We are on the same accord. We're saying the same thing because we're on the same accord with Commander General YAHANNA.
Right.
Commander General YAHANNA is on the same accord with Yahweh Shai Mashiach and Yahweh.
Right.
So this is how we're all on one accord, how we know that we're speaking according to Scripture.
Right. That's right.
We're learning according to Scripture. Our practicality is according to scripture.
That's right.
Right? So that's why it's a practical thing for us to speak this language and to learn it. Because some may sit up here and be like, well, what's the point of you learning Hebrew? You got to, you know, do all this. That's the point. All right. We have to understand our history and get back to it. That's our force. That's our power. All right? Most High in Christ. The water to the priest for bringing out that precept. All right. So let's get back to it. Where do we leave off on?
Wow.
Right. Okay. We left off on Wa. So what's the next one?
Yah.
Oh, I heard two different things.
Za.
Za. Ah.
Za.
No, I stick to one thing. Don't guess. I want one answer. You know what's the game show? Is that your final answer?
I was about to say
That's how we're gonna do it. All right. So get you left off on Wa. Mm-hmm.
Za's coming up next.
Za. We got Za. Most High in Christ. Clap it up.
that's smart.
All right. Let's go ahead and get Za on the board. Y'all ready to write again? All right. Most High in Christ. All right. So now we have Za coming up. Remember, just keep on saying it over and over. Oh, so I can say. I want you to write that one in blood, right? All right. So just remember, repetition is the key. So you think about how many times you had to hear A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right. You had to hear that a lot of times as a babe in order to get it. It's the same thing with this. It is no different. You're going to hear this time and time and time again. All right, so we're at the last letter of the first little breakdown of our rhythmic song. All right. Abba Gada Hawa Za. We are at the Za. Abba Gada Hawa Za. And remember, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. One of those things that practice makes perfect, and it'll come on. No, you're good. So remember, it's just one symbol. So Za, that's the sound it makes. No, erase it. Yep. And hit the wall.
You know any on that?
Yeah. Because remember, this is the character. This is the sound that it makes. But this is the character. This is the actual letter. So this is all we're gonna see. So when you see this, you know that Za. Exactly. That makes the Za sound. So just how in the English alphabet you'll hear, you'll see the letter A, but that makes the ah sound. So it's the same thing. You see this, but it makes the Za sound.
What color? Somebody said, what's that? They kind of call Sheila David or Star Morlock or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's part of that identity theft. People try to turn that into something else. Yeah, the shield of David is not the Star of Molech. You have to also understand that when we see this, we see that it's the da turned upside down. So we understand that this is two letters and it's not a star. All right. Because the other thing about it, as far as being practical, a star, if you look at the definition of star,
Ball of fire.
it's a ball of fire.
Gas.
All right. It's a ball of gas. Right, exactly. So a ball is what?
Circle.
Round. Exactly. Circle. You don't have points on a star. There's no star that you can, you know what I'm saying, show me that has points on it. So you can't sit up here and call this the Star of David.
That's right. The shield of David.
Right.
It's go way beyond street organization. It's go
Right.
way before all that was moving. So this is our identity we talking about.
Right. All right, sis. Sis be trying to be a perfectionist up here. She like, hold on. They gotta be just right. Uh-huh. She gonna have them Goldilocks letters. It's gotta be just right. All right, so Most High in Christ. All right, so this is what we have here. I hope y'all can see it more. All right, so we have Zah and the ancient. All right, so Zah, Z-A, and then with the character, it's a Z. Okay, that's how we can look at it. That makes it real easy. It's Zah. You see Zah? It looks like that is Z. All right, in the ancient. All right. So now when you go down to the Assyrian, all right. Go back to my red. All right. So with the Assyrian, this right here, this was a great one right here. We just want to make this bigger so we can see it. Yeah, small. Yeah, if she blew it up, that'd be perfect, right? That's what it is. It looks like a crippled T. It looks like a T that it starts hanging off a little bit. All right. So sis, the only critique I had is just make this bigger. All right. So the one on bottom is how we want it to look. All right. So Most High in Christ for that. That's good. We just want to make that a little bit bigger. That's what I was saying. It looks like a little slanted off broken T. Coming down. All right. Most High in Christ. All right. So, like I said, we ran through. I'm going to erase these real quick. We ran through these little alphabet. Oh, Salakia. Y'all about you not shot Bronco. Stop. What's going on, trooper?
Everything's wild, sir. I'm doing a mission for the school right now. Doing a mission right now for the school. So like I said,
freaking.
You said that Zah in Assyrian, it was that T, just that T. I mean the T, but the crippled looking T, that Zah in Assyrian.
Right. Yeah. So I'll write it again. Oh boy. So it's gonna be like a little slant with it. Phone ringing, all types of stuff. All right, and then we'll have like a little crutch here, and write this here. All right. So, can you see that? Your quad?
Kind out of one, the water, sir.
Yeah, no sweat.
Kind out of one.
The Assyrian, the Zah is like a drunk T. All right. He done got a little bit too much spirits in him. Okay, clean that up. All right. So the top part is curved going down, and then even the vertical part is not a straight line coming down. That even has that little like S curve to it right there as well. All right. Like a what, sir?
Like a dove's tail, a bird's tail. Those Tweety birds on Long Beach.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. It's like a bird trying to reach out to eat. Yeah, like the little
Yeah, I can see it from that angle. Yeah,
like they think of a bird like this.
Like this.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Like I said, we all see stuff different. You know what I'm saying? And you said that when I had to look sour, I was like, okay. But everybody else talking on shit with you, so I cry. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. Yeah, so that's what it is. It's whatever you can, make relative, to your brain. So that first step is Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zah. Being able to remember this is what it is. All right, and then seeing the actual character and being able to relate to it that way. All right. Yeah. So this is the Zah and Assyrian. All right. So like I said, it's baby steps. that's how we got to start off. You know what I'm saying? We have to crawl before we walk. All right. So crawl before we walk. You know what I'm saying? Take our time. We study. Be repetitive. Do it time and time again. It's going to strengthen up. You're going to get a lot better. All right. So we made it through the first little set of the alphabet, which is what? Let's see if we can say it by ourselves without, let me make sure I hide it. All right. So starting with ah, can we get to where we ended with the za? All right. So all together. So all right, show off the water, son. So look, we're we're going to go through just those first, what is it, 7 letters. All right. So just going through those first 7, going from the ah, and we're going to stop in za. All right. Let's say it all together. Make sure that we remember these. All right. Ready? What we have to remember, you can sit up here and just break down that little bit, say that time and time again. Boom. And then you add on the kataya. All right. And then you can put all that together. Then you start putting in the kala manasa apa. All right. And then just keep on building from there. What you got, sir?
I hear what I'm saying.
Hey, no sweat, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? We're still at the stage where we can cheat a little bit. All right, there's no sweat on that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have that little crutch, and we're gonna use the crutch as need be. All right. So one more time before we go. All right. Without looking at the notes. All right. Remember. Good. Abagada hawaza. You see how you even put that foot tap with it? That's exactly what it is. It's that beat, it's that rhythm. Abagada hawaza. Abagada hawaza. Perfect. All right. There we go. Hey, 20 more times, and then 3 more weeks. You may have to do it 15 more times. That's what it is. It's a repetitive thing. You know what I'm saying? Even coming up here teaching, this is now me doing it and saying it again. All right. But that's what's going to be needed to actually stick. All right. So clap it up for yourselves. Y'all did an excellent job. All right. A lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying, coming out here and putting in this study, putting in this work. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all come out here and join us in the building on Sunday. All right. Make sure you join us on Sunday. All right. We're going to have the memorial of blowing of the trumpet, which, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a glorious event. Come out here, you know what I'm saying, the fellowship. That's what, you know what I'm saying, the Most High means when he gave us the command to gather ourselves together. This is part of us gathering together. All right. Getting on one accord for what we need to do. All right. To serve him. All right. The water, like I said again, for joining us, the water for the brothers, you know what I'm saying, to help put on this service. And now I pass the class off to heavy and powerful priest and officer 50 Makalai.
Clap it up again, man. Excellent class, man. Yeah, right. Excellent work, guys. You know what I mean? I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to save themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to her brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also, Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. My I.S.U.P.K, which means 10th in the Hebrew. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you, get to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, is not mandatory, but whatever sort of amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation is also how you call brought up. We have the memorial of blowing of the trumpets taking place this Sunday, sundown, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Right. Do not go to that church. Right. I'm telling you, man, your vehicle might not even start after this message. Don't be surprised your vehicle don't start, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't supposed to be going to that church this Sunday. You're supposed to be here, 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., man. Right. Bring your kids and family. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have food and drinks for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, Day of Atonement, following right up after that, man. You don't want to miss that out. You all about that intermittent fasting. You all about fasting. We ain't talking about going in the middle of the street, bang your head on the rock. This is not like Muslim. This is some hardcore, you know what I mean? A hardcore day right here, man. So you want to definitely come and learn about that. I walk in and check the bulletin board for any events in the back, you know what I mean? For any events we got coming up or anything we taking over. If anyone wants to be a troop in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, we're going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. Men of Israel. All right, Michael. Give me a second, Doc. Men of Israel. All right, Michael. All right, Michael Sabat. All right, Michael. Barak. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat. And what we just said, man, the most name of Christ. YAHANNA, hands down. We're going to give us a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Sister Sam. Men of Israel, sir. Sister Sam. Michael Sabat. All right, Michael. Barak. Yahweh the Martin the third by Hashem.
Shalom Martin the third by Hashem.
And what we just said, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. With that, YAHANNA, hands down. Class dismissed.